So as I mentioned, the first is, do you have a plan? And I just want to kind of briefly go over what I mean by that, because when we ask, do you have a well-articulated plan that says, if you get a donation, this is what you're going to do with it? So most people think about plans as a strategic plan, which is an internal document that says things like, we want to raise more money, or we want to improve our board, or we want to grow programs, which is all good. Unfortunately, those are not the documents that you typically would take out to a funder and say, if you give us a major investment, here's what we're going to accomplish in 3 years. This is where we will be 3 years from now if you trust us with your money to make this happen. That needs to look a lot more like a pitch deck, like an entrepreneur would pull together to take to a venture capitalist. And if you don't have one of those, you're actually behind the times, because most nonprofits these days don't come to a company like Sharity to ask for a case for support. They ask for a pitch deck. And that's what we provide them, is how are you looking at solving the problem that your mission states that you're there to solve. So why does what you're proposing need to happen now? What's going on that it needs to happen now? How are you the right organization to solve it? And what will happen if you're successful? So we asked, do you have a plan? And this is obviously an issue. We found that when you are looking at having a plan, 41% of organizations from urban areas and 56 in rural areas have absolutely no plan at all, which again is concerning. That means that you're probably going to donors and saying to them, we have more people to serve than we have resources to serve them, please give us money. And to philanthropists who are looking to make a major investment, that sounds like, here I have this big black hole, throw some cash into it. And I know that may sound harsh, but how many of you have used that argument when you've gone to someone? Or, and I've been guilty of this myself, please give us money because if you don't, people will die. And we are dealing with life and death, but what donors want to know is, if I give you money, how are you going to stop the root problem from happening so that there aren't more women and children and men that are going to become victims of domestic violence? So we have to have plans. So it's very clear that nearly 50% of organizations do not have a plan that they can present to a donor.